Do this quickly. When a narcissist wants to make you hated by everyone. Hello, and thank you for returning to our video. Today, we'll be investigating a topic of widespread interest: the fabled flying monkeys. Don't worry, we'll get to that in a minute. Please click the bell icon to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of the latest narcissism-related videos. Video content that is both entertaining and informative will soon flood the internet. Now, let's get back to the flying monkeys that really need your attention. In this video, we'll go over several strategies for dealing with a narcissist who is trying to turn your friends and family against you. The phrase flying monkeys is commonly used to describe dealing with a self-absorbed person. The narcissist will go after your family, friends, and co-workers with the intention of destroying your support system and building up their own allies. Divorces are a common time for flying monkey encounters because of the importance of family ties. The narcissistic partner uses this time to contact their soon-to-be ex's friends in an effort to damage their reputation and take charge of the story. Their goal is to win these people over so that they can undermine your team and highlight their own superiority. Being imprisoned in a narcissistic relationship with a narcissist constantly gaslighting you can cause a great deal of self-doubt. Your own self-doubt will only grow when the people closest to you join forces with the narcissist. You might be curious as to how exactly they pull off such deceptive strategies. Narcissists can captivate an audience with their magnetic charisma and alluring demeanor. They have an air of generosity about them and a solid grasp of social dynamics, making it easy for them to make connections with others. They manipulate others into believing their lies by using their cleverness. They appeal to people's rational and emotional sides with their charisma, winning over their followers. They will use controlled disdain and delicate phrases to ruin your loved ones' names. Keep in mind that these are just a handful of the various strategies companies use to promote themselves. They are experts at preying on your weaknesses and creating intricate stories full of outright lies to further their own ends. Their goal is simple: complete dominance. Only if everyone else follows their lead will they be successful. Their plan has some similarities to games kids play on the field, but they're using much bigger stakes and more sophisticated strategies to gain dominance over everything around them. For a narcissist, success is everything. They are motivated by a desire for dominance over others so that they can feel better about themselves. But how can you get out of a situation when a narcissist is manipulating you? The proverbial flying monkey situation arises. First and foremost, be sure to give yourself enough of time to feel and deal with the emotions that come with this situation. It's normal to feel depressed and betrayed when a narcissist spreads lies about you to people who used to care about you. People may start ignoring you to the point where it's unusual for them to cancel plans or not return your calls. This abrupt separation can make you feel as though everyone is vanishing into thin air. Take the example of a caring person whose brother is completely focused on himself. The brother lived too far away to communicate often, yet he's still trying to ruin his reputation by spreading unpleasant tales among their mutual acquaintances and relatives. Nonetheless, the subtle nature of this emotional maltreatment had a lasting effect on his sensitive nature. Focus on your own well-being and reach out to reliable people like family and friends or a therapist if you need help coping with the emotional fallout. Maintaining communication with individuals who have been negatively impacted by the narcissist is also essential, as is standing firm in the face of their false charges. The warm-hearted sibling was shocked by her family's coldness and disinterest toward her at a recent reunion. He tried to reason out their conduct by thinking back on their interactions with him and trying to imagine how he might have accidentally hurt them. He wondered if he had somehow missed the news of his own death or some other mysterious event. He couldn't figure out the conundrum. Several months later, someone in his inner circle told him that his brother planned to spread rumors and false information against him. The realization struck him square in the face, revealing the extent to which the narcissist had controlled every interaction between them. Seeing the egotistical person manipulate others so effortlessly broke my heart. The sympathetic sibling was left devastated and unsure about what to do next, despite the family's inherent complexity. These people who had been by his side turned their backs on him and abandoned him. Many of you may have experienced something similar, and it's clear that situations like these can lead to real pain and damage in any number of settings, including the workplace, the community, and the home. Narcissists have a hard time seeing how their actions affect other people because they lack empathy. The damage inflicted by their malicious strategies is often substantial. When I asked the sympathetic sibling if the people he had lost had been important to him, he said that they were. I suggested making contact and having sincere one-on-one chats with them. I told him he shouldn't try to explain himself or justify himself, and that he shouldn't even call his brother a narcissist. Instead, I encouraged him to be himself around his loved ones because they already had a favorable impression of him. As a result of the narcissist's manipulation, they had lost sight of reality for a little while. He took my advice and started talking to people on his own. Seeing how their impressions of him shifted as they learned of his true warmth and individuality was fascinating. Given the unsettling nature of the familial situation, their confusion was understandable. He admitted that there had been inappropriate talk among family members and apologized if anyone had been upset by what was said. Using this strategy, he was able to mend fences with the vast majority of his skeptics and win back their confidence. "I'm sorry for all you went through, and I can only imagine how heartbreaking it was to see loved ones turn on you because of your narcissistic brother's falsehoods. Some people quickly forgot about the made-up events, but some who continued to believe the line of lies ended up doing more harm to you. During our discussions of your situation, I asked you to think about whether or not it was worth it to hang on to people who may just as easily walk away. Given the long-standing nature of the relationships at play, I can appreciate the challenge you encountered. However, if they could be persuaded so easily by a single person's words, it calls into question the durability of their initial connection. When the person damaging your reputation was a relative, partner, or close friend, why didn't they just talk to you about it? The lessons of openness, honesty, and debate are strengthened by this experience. When people around you believe falsehoods and stories that have been propagated about you, they should not just accept what they have heard without questioning its veracity. There is one truth that can never be refuted. When confronted with worries or upsetting news, true friends and caring family members will typically approach you directly. Communication is the lifeblood of a healthy relationship, allowing each party to air their concerns and put an end to any rumors that may be causing tension. This dynamic is shown by the story of the caring brother, wherein a single reliable buddy was the first to notice something was wrong and initiate a discussion. It was intriguing to see how, as more people got to know him, more people began to speak up about their concerns about the bogus claims. Honest people around you will usually see through your charade and approach you immediately. When you are innocent, the process of repairing your reputation can feel unfair, difficult, and bewildering. Dealing with the brutality and unfairness of such a situation is difficult and time-consuming. It might be unsettling to feel a strain on your relationships. If you can change your attitude, you may be able to see the silver lining in the fact that the narcissist's behavior reveals certain unspoken truths about your relationships. Now more than ever, it's critical to sort out whether or not the people who were readily manipulated were true pals. When confronted by flying monkeys, I'd always advise people to respond gracefully. Narcissists are masters of manipulation and exploiting the frailties of those around them. Being compassionate toward the duped is essential in these circumstances. It's better to express empathy and acknowledge the challenges the person may have in coping with such malicious falsehoods than to refute them. Tell them you're sorry they had to go through that, and that anyone who knows you well would see through the lies they're being told about you. In the future, encourage them to talk to you directly by assuring them that you will listen to them, stand by them, and acknowledge their feelings. You can prove your goodness and willingness to help others by turning a personal tragedy into a teaching moment. It is essential to introduce light to counteract the narcissist's darkness. Narcissists are fear-driven people who use others as if they were pieces on a chessboard. It's all part of their Machiavellian plan to foment dissension by spreading false stories about you. They engage in a brutal game of falsehoods in an effort to deceive as many people as possible. You need not give them the victory, though. The narcissist in your life may inappropriately share personal details about your connection with others. It's possible they'll betray your trust by disclosing private information. You trusted them with your family's secrets at first, but now that they know, the prospect of using those secrets against you is unnerving. It is critical to take preventative measures to repair the harm in such cases. If you've hurt someone's feelings by accident, take full responsibility and do everything you can to make amends. Seeking counseling might help you cope with the emotional instability and confusion brought on by gaslighting tactics. Keep in mind that there are others who actually care about what happened to you, and seek them out. Like the brother in the parable, there will be people in your world who are exposed to the false tales, but can immediately discern their falsity. These are the people you want at your side, ready to offer advice and encouragement. The silver lining of having people turned against you by flying monkeys and narcissists is that it will help you identify who your true allies and friends are. If people drop you quickly, it could be a sign that your relationships weren't as solid as you thought they were. Finally, light is necessary to fight night.